We all know what a gorilla looks like. Popular culture has made the gorilla a common animal to portray interacting with humans in movies like King Kong and Tarzan. Despite their prominence in the public eye, gorillas are still in danger of being wiped out. The number of certain subspecies of gorilla is incredibly low, such as the mountain gorilla, of which there are only 750. Efforts are being made to save the gorillas of the world and preserve this majestic animal.
There is much debate on the topic of how to divide gorillas. It is agreed that the animal consists of not one species, but several subspecies. However, there are varying opinions on what the classification should be. For our purposes, we will go with four subspecies school of thought. The type of gorilla in the care of the Bronx Zoo at the time of our class trip are the western lowland gorillas. They are by far the most numerous of the gorilla subspecies, with an estimated 90,000 found in the wild of 2000. The western lowland gorillas are known to be found in tropical forests of many African countries, including Cameroon, the Central African Republic, Gabon, Congo, and Equatorial Guinea, or Western Africa as it's often referred to. Specifically, the type of forest the western lowland primarily inhabits is known as the cloud forest. The cloud forests tend to be located from 500 meters to 4,000 meters above sea level. As the name suggests, they are damp and with heavy fog at most times. Rainfall can range from 500 to 10,000 millimeters annually, and the forest tends to have temperatures ranging from 8 to 20 degrees Celsius on average. The damp environment supports a large moss population and an abundance of trees and other plants. However, due to the conditions of the forest, trees do not grow very large in comparison to other tropical forests. The eastern lowland gorilla is another subspecies of the great ape. Their numbers have been on the decline as of late, with an estimate of 5,000 in the wild today, a 70% drop over the last decade. They can be found almost exclusively in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, on the eastern side of Africa. They are known to inhabit dense forests and lowland swamps and marshes as low as sea level. Eastern lowlands are the largest of the gorillas, growing up to 5'9" in height and weighing 510 pounds. The mountain gorillas are found in elevations between 1,650 to 3,790 meters in the tropical forests of Zaire, Rwanda, and Uganda. The gorillas have longer and darker hair than the other gorillas, enabling them to live in more temperate climates than the other subspecies. Also, they are more closely related to the eastern lowland gorilla than the other subspecies. Finally, there's the Cross River gorilla. It is the most highly endangered of all the gorilla subspecies, with a population varying from an estimated 250 to 280 individuals. These outrageously low numbers have earned them a place on the World Conservation Union list of the 25 most endangered primates. They are found in a small area between Nigeria and Cameroon, in both tropical and subtropical most broadleaf forests. These apes are noted in having a distinguished tooth shape from other gorillas, and only recently been caught on film in the wild.
There are both natural and unnatural reasons that gorillas are endangered. One natural reason is that gorillas often fall victim to the Ebola virus. This virus has the ability to decimate the gorilla population, as it did in Central Africa. A recent outbreak of Ebola in Central Africa has been estimated to have killed 5,000 gorillas. This disease is extremely dangerous to the gorilla population, and it is able to easily target their already low population in areas where gorillas are protected, such as reserves. Another reason for the decline in the gorilla population is the destruction of the gorilla's natural habitat. Increased logging, agriculture, and road building in Africa's forests have made it harder for gorillas to survive. As humans delve further into the African wilderness, there is less habitat available for gorillas to sustain themselves. Without a habitat, many gorillas are unable to live safely and healthily, resulting in them dying from hunger, sickness, or being hunted. Gorillas are hunted by poachers in Africa. These poachers have no issues killing the endangered animals and hunt them for their meat. Gorilla meat, known as bush meat, is eaten in Africa, as it is fairly easy for the poachers to acquire. Hunting gorillas provides a large amount of meat from a single gorilla, so poachers favor gorillas and will go out of their way to kill one. However, that is not all that gorillas are hunted for. Gorillas are often taken as pets or trophies among the hunters, and their body parts are used as medicine and magic charms in some parts of Africa. The rapid loss of the African forests that gorillas live in is making it even easier for poachers to gain access to gorillas deep in the forest. Poachers can even take advantage of the roads and logging vehicles that are destroying the forest to easily transport gorilla meat out. Gorillas also have a low reproductive rate, as gorilla reproduction is very similar to that of humans. It takes a gorilla 10 years to reach sexual maturity, and they typically have one child every 4 years. This makes it more difficult for the gorilla population to recover once it has been lowered, which, coupled with the other threats to gorilla survival, makes them getting off the endangered species list very difficult.
Zoos all across America are staging breeding programs in an attempt to bring the numbers of the gorilla back. The American Zoo and Aquarium Association has adopted a program known as the Species Survival Plan to combat the gorilla's endangerment status. The program's main goal is to improve the captive care and breeding of gorillas across the country. They accomplish this by matching gorillas with possible mates and really hoping for the best. Zoos tend to loan their gorillas out to other zoos out of necessity, meaning their zoo needs another male or female, but also to make sure the genes of the gorillas mix as much as possible, as inbreeding would occur if one zoo only bred its own gorillas. An example of this would be when two female gorillas named Pele and Rafiki were sent from the Gladys Porter Zoo in Brownsville, Texas to Busch Gardens in Tampa, Florida, on February 10, 2010. The two would be part of a breeding program at their new home. This demonstrates how gorillas are moved from zoo to zoo for breeding. Breeding success has varied over the years, but the future looks promising for the captive breeding.
A number of things are being done worldwide to help save the gorillas. One such project is the Great Ape Survival Project, which is a multinational organization run by the United Nations Environment Program designed to help preserve the populations of great apes. In order to do this, the project works to conserve the habitats of these creatures and to teach people that live near gorillas the importance of preservation and what they can do to stop the extinction of these animals. The Great Ape Survival Project spreads information about gorillas and other great apes through media such as TV, documentaries, and newspaper articles. Another movement to help save gorillas is the Agreement on the Conservation of Gorillas and Their Habitats. This treaty was put into effect in 2008 by 6 nations that gorillas live in. The signatories were the Central African Republic, the Republic of the Congo, Nigeria, the Democratic Republic of the Congo, Gabon, and Rwanda. The agreement aims to make strict measures to keep humans from encroaching on gorillas' habitat and to stop poaching. It is the job of the signatories of this treaty to come to an agreement on exact laws protecting gorillas. As more is done to help save gorillas, it is becoming clear just how difficult it is to protect them. Gorillas and reserves can be killed by Ebola, and expansion and poaching are devastating to gorillas. The process of stopping this is slow. However, progress has been made to help save gorillas with organizations such as the Great Ape Survival Project, and it will continue. We may one day be able to save the gorillas.
My baby gorilla and me, I hope you can see that we belong together. That's why we must do better to save our gorillas. They aren't monsters like Godzilla. No, 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 no. Oh, don't you kill my gorilla. Oh, don't you be a gorilla, gorilla killer. Oh, don't you kill my gorillas. Oh, don't you be a gorilla, gorilla killer. We can't keep doing things the way we are, destroying forests near and far. Oh, you know, they're just not for us. Maybe, just maybe, they're for. Oh, don't you kill my gorillas. Oh, don't you be a gorilla, gorilla killer. Oh, don't you kill my gorillas. Oh, don't you be a gorilla, gorilla killer. Why don't we hop on a flotilla and sail out in the ocean blue? We can live in harmony, just gorillas and me and you. Oh, don't you kill my gorilla. Oh, don't you be a gorilla, gorilla killer. Oh, don't you kill my gorillas. Oh, don't you be a gorilla, gorilla killer.